Hey Coyote Crew, I'm Miss Batista and I'm here to help you today with your egg osmosis lab. So the goal of today's lab is to be able to see how water moves in and out of a substance, primarily your cells. So when you're dehydrated or when you have a cold and you're trying to move water through your system, that's what we're going to look at today. And we're going to use an egg to help us see that. So if you look at your instructions, you'll see that there are several different days. So all I am going to do is simply give you the basic steps, and I'll let you follow your instructions on the sheets for the rest of it. So what you're going to need to start is you're going to need a cup. It can be any sort of cup. I would recommend, though, that it's clear so that way you can be able to see through it. So if you have any sort of clear cup, it can be larger, whatever. If you can keep it somewhat skinny, so that way you don't have a lot of space to fill and clear, you're good to go. So you'll take a cup. You are going to grab one egg, which will be provided for you in your bag, and be very careful when you place this egg in. I've had students before just drop it in. Remember, eggs do crack. So if you'll just place the egg in sideways, push it towards the bottom, and then turn it over, you're good to go. The next thing you're going to do, once you set that on the table, is you are going to take some vinegar. So the vinegar has a specific process. It's a light acid, and what that acid will do is dissolve off the shell. We need it to dissolve the shell off so that way we can see the flow of water in and out. So this first day, this first 24 hours, is really just to take the shell off of the egg so that way we can see the water movement later. So you are going to take the vinegar provided and you are going to cover your egg to the very top. So if you look at that closely, you'll see that that vinegar goes just right over the top of your egg. If you have a little bit of your egg showing on the top, that's okay, don't freak out. The biggest thing we want to be able to see are all the bubbles. So if you look at that egg closely, you're going to see a bunch of bubbles coming off. So what the bubbles show you that there is a chemical reaction going on. And all that is it's the acid eating the calcium, kind of like when you made those volcanoes as a kid with vinegar and baking soda and they exploded, right? This is the same process. The shell is made of calcium. This is a very light acid. It's going to dissolve off that shell, and we can see osmosis in the later days. This is the next thing I want you to do. This is important, especially when you're working in a kitchen. You always, always, always in a science lab want to label what's in the beaker. You don't want someone just coming around, especially a little brother or sister, and drinking that vinegar. It won't hurt them, but it's not going to taste very good. So what you are going to do is you're going to take this tape and you are going to place it at the very top of where that vinegar mark is. So that way you can see this is where the vinegar started at. And when you look at it tomorrow, did that level go up or did it go down? And so you're going to do that, and you're simply going to label it vinegar. All right, so once you do that, one more thing for day one. Take a plate, take a napkin that you may have, anything solid that will cover, and simply cover the top of that. If you don't have anything to cover it, it's okay. It's not going to make a difference, but this will just help seal in some of those gases so you don't have to smell that vinegar coming out and your mom is complaining, wondering what you're doing. Just yell at her, "Ma, I'm doing science," and let it go. It'll be okay. So we're going to cover that and we're going to leave it for 24 hours. As you move on to the next days, your instructions will be provided. I'm going to show you just shortly and quickly how to pour things off. So you'll take your egg, hold the egg in the jar, and pour off your vinegar. And remember, this is on day 2. Don't do this on day 1. Once you do that, very slowly and carefully, remove your egg, pat it dry with a paper towel, and follow all the steps for day 2, day 3, and day 4 accordingly. Hope you have fun. Can't wait to see the pictures that you send.